Hey, what's up, everyone? Ashanti Titus here with Profit-Mode.com, Profit Mode. And I'm an accountant, and I'm here to help you with your entrepreneurial needs and to share some of my experience and give you some advice. Today, I want to talk about two major additional reasons why you need a bookkeeper. Now, I gave you three reasons on the last episode, on episode 1, and I'm going to get into some more serious reasons why you need a great bookkeeper. So when I first started my career as a bookkeeper, one of the first clients that I had, and they had a business partner, and their business partner was a little bit more lackadaisical when it came to accounting and bookkeeping. They more so, just kind of spent money whenever they felt like it. Like if money and revenue came into the business, they would just, pull out whatever they needed for personal reasons, and it caused a lot of strife within their partnership. And one of the things that he shared with me is that that prior year, the company was audited by the IRS, and the company had legitimate expenses. However, there were no receipts or invoices that were kept, categorized, and organized in a neat fashion within their file system or within their online bookkeeping system. Therefore, since they didn't have the proof to prove that they actually made those were legitimate expenses for that business, the IRS taxed them with a $50,000 tax bill for that year that they were not prepared for, because they did not have the proof that their business had legitimate business expenses. They were penalized for that. So what does that mean? A lot of us think that, when you see these stories on TV about people going into an audit or having tax problems, they think that it's not going to happen to them. But what people don't realize is that the government has things in place even for, you would be surprised. There's stories of people that have hair salons that didn't pay the proper amount in taxes, where they're literally keeping a measurement of the gallons of water that particular salon is using on a monthly basis. So you will be surprised that the government can get access to information, and they use this information to calculate what they believe you should pay. So they use that information for the gallons of water to estimate approximately how many customers that were serviced at that salon, and then they, integrated that information with the pricing, and then they came up with their own calculated amount that company should pay. Now, with that being said, it is vitally important as far as a protective measure for your business to make sure that you're keeping up with your receipts and your invoices. Even if you just have them all on your email in one folder, just having that documentation and information. The exact proper way to do that is when you spend money, whether you're going to get a paper receipt or an invoice, you want to attach that invoice or receipt to the line item within your software system. I will always refer to QuickBooks because that's the most popular and easiest software to use. That's what I use as well. So if you spend $100 at Office Depot to purchase, everything you need for your office, from printer paper to cartridges for your ink, to pens and all of that, you want to make sure you get a copy of that receipt, and it is attached within QuickBooks, that for that line item that comes through from your bank within QuickBooks for $100. Okay, it is that serious, because at any given time you want to always CYA, and you want to be able to have proof. Like, here, there's $100 that I spent at Office Depot. Here's the proof of what I purchased. You can say, we can look at a bank statement, and it can have all Office Depot supplies, charges on there. But the way that they see it is that, how can you prove to us that this was a legitimate business expense? They need to see the itemized receipt. That is vitally important. So you don't want to be hit with a tax bill that you shouldn't owe because you don't have the proof Always, 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 if you have to keep your receipts in a shoebox and then have your son or daughter or an assistant to take those pictures of the receipts, label them and email them to you. And do that on a quarterly basis. That's better than not doing it at all. The second thing, the reason why keeping up with your accounting is so important is dealing with people that are service-based and that have sales tax. Photographers are one. If you own a restaurant, that's another thing. Services that have sales tax attached to them. In the state of Texas, photographers have to pay sales tax. And there's different cycles in which you have to pay your sales tax. There's quarterly cycles where each and every quarter you have to file a sales tax return and it has to be paid. If you do not do that, they'll give you about 12 months or so. They will freeze your account. I've seen it happen. They'll freeze your business account if you have not paid. Even if you had no sales for a particular quarter, you still have to go and do the sales tax filing form. Also within QuickBooks, if you're, for your revenue, for your sales, if you're selling, t-shirts, mugs, widgets, whatever it is that you sell, it's important to set the parameter of the percentage of sales tax for each and every item that your company sells. And that's important because QuickBooks then tracks how much sales tax that you should be keeping aside on for each and every item. So at the end of the quarter, like, hey, I made $1,000 in revenue, and then I need to pay 8% of that. So in that case, you'll have your money put aside there. It'll tell you, QuickBooks will have that amount there specifically for you. You'll know to file that and pay that amount. So you run the risk, if you don't keep up with your accounting for your business, of paying unnecessary taxes, overpaying in taxes because you don't have that on record for a particular expense. And then also sales tax, you'll run the risk of getting your account frozen. So it is vitally, vitally important that you are on top of your bookkeeping and you have your receipts and everything organized and ready to go. Professionals here at Profit Mode, we can assist you with bookkeeping and accounting. So if you need any assistance with any accounting or bookkeeping, please visit us on the web. It's www.profit-mode.com. That's www.profit-mode.com. You can also email me at Ashanti, ASHANTI, at profit-mode.com. So we look forward to assisting you in any way. If you have any suggestions on anything that you want to hear about in relation to accounting and personal finance, I can definitely help you with that. Just simply shoot me over an email. And we look forward to servicing you in any way that we can. And until next time, you guys stay prosperous and profound.